Alright. I don't know if I'm able to be heard or not. Alright. I don't know if I'm able to be heard or not. Alright. I don't know if I'm able to be heard or not. Okay. This has got one person watching, but I think that's just myself. I don't know. Crazy. I don't know how that shit works. Oh, there's that. So let's just throw that up in there. Then throw this. Why do you have no... Oh wait, hold up. I think I know why. Can you kindly fuck off, please? Thanks. Looks like the stream is lagging a bit on my phone. I'm not sure though. Where's my guy? Um, Mr. Villager? Um, did he go into the nether? It's gonna suck if he did. Bruh. I really need you to not be in here, my man. I need you to go back through here, please. Please, go back. Go through portal. Go. No. Go through the portal. Through the portal. Yes, okay, thank God. Phew, made me nervous. Let's go make sure he is actually back home where he needs to be. Okay, I think he ran inside. Yes, okay, good. Rude. Okay, we're gonna get to what this stream is about here in a bit. First, I just want to sleep off the night so there's no phantoms that try to fucking kill me. So that'd be annoying. Okay, you have crappy trades. I don't know what I'm gonna do with these books yet. Don't at me. Oh my god, he's just all kinds of creepy following around. Okay, put these down in here for now. Put this, and I'm gonna grab these, and I'm gonna grab these. Also gonna grab this for the meantime. I don't know if I want to use any of this yet. I'll take it. It's not gonna hurt. Is all this done yet? I don't believe it is, but let's take all this for now. Okay. You. Then I think what I want to do next is needs. I'm gonna get a good amount of smooth stone. But first, I'm gonna put away my fancy fishing rod. Hello, Spider Eye. I want you. I need to find a place that I want to build this at. Which I think I know where I want to build it at. I don't know. I might have to figure it out. Okay. Yeah, I think I know where I want to build this at. But first, I gotta go all the way over there. I'm just gonna throw this in fire because I don't want it to be just there. Alright, I think. Yes. The desert is in fact this way. Just got better. Okay, the desert is this way. Nice. This is where I want to go. I think this is where I'm gonna want to build this at. Alright, for people who haven't read the title, I want to build a little fun labyrinth maze thing for my friends. I feel like the desert is probably the easiest way because there's already a portal to it. And I won't have to make another portal, but that would kind of render me bringing this obsidian obsolete. But that's okay. Like the desert would probably be a nice place to put it. Just so I can make it all look kind of ruin-like. So I don't have any regular cobblestone on me. But oh well. Now I just need to find a place that I want to build this. Hey! Right next to that well would actually be pretty cool. Ooh! Or better yet, make the well the entrance. Yeah, I think that. I think that is probably a better bet. Okay, that's sandstone. See, I'm trying to think. I need to get more food. Oh, that's the thing I forgot to bring. See, do I want to fill in all of this or do I want to keep the water? I don't know. Let's just fill it in and then we can add it back later if we want it. Okay. Is that just regular sand? It is. I need to get a less powerful shovel for this. Okay, let's just... Okay. Okay, so here's this. And... I'm trying to think how I want to do this. think what I want to do is change all of this like a stone brick tunnel all the way down, then have 4 passageways. So it'd be like that and that, that, and that. Oh, nope, not like that. Yeah. Okay, but first I gotta replace all of this with stone brick. Come pick you up. I don't think I'm gonna need you. So I don't want them finding out about the labyrinth being built. So I feel like the putting it in the well is probably the best idea. Eh, okay. Now we just need, I'm gonna use sand. Yeah, I feel like sand will be a good idea. Go a little bit higher with this one, just so we're not down here forever. I'm gonna need way more stone brick than I anticipated. Shoot. Yeah, I'm gonna need a lot more. It's okay. Alright, and then I only want to remove the That's not at all what I wanted to do. Shit, alright, let's try this. Fuck. Cube. Okay. Shit. Okay, I want to keep. Give me that. I want to keep the sand up there, but I want to have this. I want to have it be kind of like a smooth or like rugged transition into the stone brick. So I think that'll be nice. Do a bit of this, that, and whoops. Shit. Okay. This one will be a tall one. Then I'm gonna put a mixture of, I don't want that or that in my inventory. Put a mixture of sandstone and shoot. Sand back in here. Fuck. Okay. Oh, I was not holding shift at all. I don't want you or you in my inventory. I want to keep everything else though. Nice. Okay. Well, hello, Isaiah. I think I pronounced your name right. I don't know. I'm bad with names. Okay, well, I want to have. I don't have any wood on me, so I can't exactly do what I want to do. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna have 4 separate sections. One's gonna be a maze, one's gonna be a puzzle, and one is gonna be. Fuck, I don't know. I'll have to figure them out as I go. Kinda wanna do the maze one first. It's kinda what I wanna do first. Ooh. But let's make them all have a different theme. Yeah, I know labyrinths are usually mazes, but this one I want it to be kind of a mixture between multiple things. So let's do this one first. And no, let's just get the tunnel made first. It's not what I wanted to do at all. Okay, there's that. It's not as long as I want to make it, but first, before I actually do anything fun and special, I want to get some faster mining down here. I also want to get a chest and put down here so I can throw all this crap in. I feel like the best and fastest way to get up to the top is sand. So let's just do that. Wait, which way is home? This way? Yes. Okay, I'm also gonna shave off one of these buildings because I want to have, or not buildings, one of these sand dunes. I want to have one of these rooms be sandstone based. Hello, Mr. Sheep. Fucking got him. Alright, to make sandstone, all I gotta do is this, right? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna need a lot of sand if I want to make a lot of sandstone. Alright, I want it to be like 4 separate trials. It's kind of what I want it to be. And then each person has to get to the end and get one thing from the trial. And then they can open up a door that leads them to the end where they get their prize. It's kind of what I want to do. What's up, my guy? I'm gonna grab all this sand, just turn it into sandstone. And I'm gonna grab this, turn you into double chest. Actually, I'm gonna keep you on me because I don't know if I'm gonna need you. And ah, shoot. Oh wait, I have glass. Oh, thank God. Okay, let's just put that up there for now. And this, and this. What is it? It's glass, obsidian, another star? Yeah. Okay, I'm glad I remembered. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do the maze first. But I'm gonna have traps inside the maze. So if they go the wrong way, they get kind of punished for it. But I don't want to just kill them and make them lose all their items. So ooh, I'm gonna tell them to be sure to go in with nothing. Okay, I'm trying to think if there's anything I need. If there is, I can just come back. Oh, I can make the floor out of this smooth stone. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. But I might as well throw some smooth stone into the fucking super smelter I have. Close. Thank you. Why did only 40 of that cook? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, because it's not done. Duh, me. 2, 3, 4. Oh, there's more salmon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, yeah. I had 12 stacks. Okay. Oh, I actually forgot about that. So, um, I actually can't remember how many blocks I'm gonna need for the beacon to be fully operational. I really have no idea. Never really messed around with beacons much. At least I can show off Johnny's house for a bit. Or where he lives. Which I guess would be his house, huh? Yeah, I'll take some of these. Okay. I think a stack should do me. I'm not sure though. I'm really not sure. I don't know if it'll do me enough or not. Actually, doesn't the beacon display it? Okay. Okay, so yeah, it does display it for me. This needs to be... Oh, I gotta put one of these in here? Damn. Definitely gonna put iron. Unless... I don't really know. Yeah, okay. It's gotta be 3 layers with the top being the beacon, I guess. I've never heard that sound in my life. Ever. Ow! I got squished. Where am I going? Close. Hello, Trixie. You're having a good morning? I'm going the complete wrong way. Wait, am I? Shut up, Gast. Yeah, actually, I need to go back to my house. Because I need to let all of this cobblestone smelt up really quickly. I heard a skeleton. Did he spawn in here? Hello? Bad. You're not supposed to spawn in here. Okay, I don't want that or that. Yeah, I don't know why it's being a bit laggy. It doesn't show that it's laggy for me, and this is the first time I've streamed, so I'm not entirely sure. Let's see if there's any. It says that my stream is healthy. Yeah, it says it's healthy for me. Let me see, is there anything I can fix in OBS to make it more smooth? Stream output. What's my stream bitrate at right now? It's 4900. Let's yep, just 4900. That make it faster? No, we have not been to the end yet. We're trying to wait on everybody to get ready to go to the end because there's a couple people on the server that aren't ready to go yet. We want to fight the Ender Dragon together, and we're just kind of waiting on everybody to be ready. Good lord. I need the cobblestone, or I need the smooth stone. I can just go ahead and turn this into it. How laggy does this still look? God damn it, I picked up the fucking bones. Seems like it's running a lot smoother from what I could see. Oh, never mind, now it's lagging again. Awesome. Yeah, we plan to get the elytras and stuff. We just, like I said, we just haven't been to the end yet. Iga 228. No, I do not speak Russian. I wish I did though. That'd be really cool. Would be very neat to learn how to speak Russian. So if you want to teach me, that'd be awesome. How much? 48 more? Okay, yeah, that'll do. Yeah, I could make fireworks and sell them to them. Hehe, I can utilize. What the fuck? That a drowned zombie. A drowned baby zombie. Hell yeah. Come here. Give me a trident. Trident. You dumb bitch. Can you drown, please? I'm gonna need you to. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. I'm gonna need you to drown for me real quick. Just so I can try to get one of them good old. Oh, you want to drown too? You can't drown. You just back up. You just, you just burn. Don't drown. Okay, come on, Mr. Zombie. Why are you floating? Get back down here. Hang on, I got an idea. Get down in. Get, get down in there. And you also get down in there. No, stop hitting me and get down there. Okay, nice. I'm gonna wait for you guys to drown because I have nothing better to do. I'm waiting on that to turn into smooth stone. Trixie, I can be sneaky and oh, you're swimming now. Yes, come over here. Oh, they only drop them if they have them in their hands? I didn't know that. I thought any drowned zombie could drop a trident. Huh. Dang. That sucks. That was a waste of my time. Okay. How much? Nice. Okay, we're just waiting on a little bit more. Yeah, I didn't know that. Thank you. I thought they would drop tridents no matter what, just as long as they were a drowned zombie. Actually, now that I think about it, I can't even really think about how to make fireworks. Is it just gunpowder and paper? I haven't made them in so long. I stopped playing Minecraft for a while, so I'm not very in tune with crafting recipes much anymore. I don't have any automatic farms. The only automatic thing that I have made is this smelter. I can show you. Geez, my friend Johnny, or Anchor, he has a shit ton of automatic farms, like so many that it started overloading the server, and the server started to lag. I'll show them to you here in a second. He's got most of them turned off, but okay, give me all this, and I'm gonna take a stack of you because I'm gonna need food. Yeah, you can stay down there, sheep. Nobody cares. This up in there, and that in there for now. Alright. Fireworks or gunpowder and paper to make a charge. You need to combine the charge with other ingredients. Okay. Yeah, I can't remember the crafting recipes for a lot of things. But yeah, Trixie. Oh, yeah, I'm kind of a redstone nerd too. Not gonna lie. I love anything redstone. The labyrinths that I'm building, I'm gonna have a lot of redstone in it. Or I'm gonna try to make a good amount. So this is Anchor's house. He is the one who is all about automatic farms and stuff right now. You got his AFK fish farm right here. It's nothing really fancy. I used it a little bit. Not, I didn't get a whole, excuse me, door. I didn't get a whole lot of good stuff. But he has a bamboo farm over here, which is very loud. And he's got a cactus farm that feeds into it. That for some reason he wants a crap ton of green dye. I don't really understand that. It is so loud over here. Yeah, he's got this, which I don't even know where the bamboo feeds. Okay, there's where the bamboo. Oh, jeez. Huh. Okay. Thank God for that regeneration. Um, how in the same hell do I get out of here? Okay, apparently right there. Oh my gosh. What in the world is this man's do? Okay, yep, I'm gonna get out of here. That damn near killed me. That was terrifying. Okay, well, that was terrifying. Okay, he's got a sugarcane farm right here that gets him a shit ton of sugarcane. I can't get out. Haha. Where's his observers? I guess he took them out, so it's not overloading the server. And I think he has, yeah, he has a watermelon and pumpkin farm that he has turned off currently. Yeah, I think that's all the automatic farming that he has. I hear a villager. Yeah, I need to really get into more of this game, but I was working 6 days a week, 10-hour days, so I didn't really have any time. I guess before I start like actually working on the labyrinth, I can show you guys a little bit of the server. This is Anchor's house. He is clearly very patriotic, as you can see. Big old flag. Excuse. That is a disgrace. See if I can hit this. Boop. Boop. I said. I said boop. I said boop. God damn it. Eh. Eh. A little bit more up. Eh. Fucking got him first try. Idiot. Okay. Yeah. AFK farms are pretty cool, and so are just automatic farms. I'll show you our iron farm here in a bit, unless you already seen it. I don't know. But Johnny has been hard at fucking work. He's got a chicken coop right here and just filled. Oh, did he get rid of all the chickens? He did. All the chickens are gone. But he has a shit ton of feathers that I'm actually going to take 39 of them. Okay, you can stay in there. This is an XP farm that he kind of keeps over here. I'm going to turn on a texture pack, see if I'll, be able to actually stream with it on. This whenever it just crashes my entire stream. Yeah, I don't like the lag that I get with that. So, we're gonna go back to regular Minecraft. With no fancy shaders. Sad, disgusting. Okay, this is the XP farm. I made all these swords for us, so we're not using up our good weapons. You just go up the ladder. Pretty sure you know how XP farms work. They're not that difficult to figure out. Come on. Come on. Okay, yep, zombies just fall down. And then, you know, standard XP farm stuff. You just come back down here and you kill them. That's it. Nothing real fancy. Okay, well. Anywho, back to what I'm mainly doing right now. I just need to take this long ass journey all the way back. I don't know if Trixie, do you know how I'm gonna ask you whenever I get there, but I'm also gonna ask you now. Do you know how far a beacon will reach? Because my labyrinth is gonna be pretty far underground, and I don't know if the beacon with haste on it will reach all the way to where I want it to. Yeah, mending is great. We really need to try to get. Oh, good lord, I was holding A. Um, the only thing that I've got mending on is my diamond pickaxe. I need to get mending on my other stuff, like especially these boots. I want to keep these boots and the sword. The sword is really good, and the bow. That's pretty much all I really care about getting mending on right now. Yeah, the mending on the elytra is really good. Also, I mean, I like mending on the elytra, but you can also just use regular phantom membranes to like repair your elytra if you need to. gonna be nighttime soon, which is gonna be kind of sucky. Alright, but Trixie, you seem to be the only, uh, really. So, okay, so I'm gonna ask you, that well over there, that's the entrance to the labyrinth that I'm building. Can I build the beacon up here and it reach down to there where I'm wanting it to? Because I gotta clear out a lot of space. Well, thank you, Craig the default. Excuse me, Husk. I don't need you right now. I need you to just leave me alone. I'm busy talking to people. Ow. Okay. Ah, shit. Okay, but yeah. Um, Trixie, I need to be all the way down here. And each one of these little hallways are gonna lead to a different little trial for my friends to do. And this one, I think, this is gonna be the first one that I'm gonna do. And it's gonna be a maze. Like, this is gonna lead into a big open area that's gonna be a maze. And once they go in, um, okay, so you said it'll work? Nice. Okay, that's good. Um, so I guess I need to go back up to the top and build that, huh? Yeah, Craig, I know it's laggy. I don't know why. I can't figure out how to fix that. Okay, I'm gonna... Okay, let's just... Okay, so... I don't know how many blocks this needs to be. And then... Said it needed to be at least 3. So... I need to do 3 layers, so... Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Think this is right? I don't know. I don't use beacons that often. Oh, yeah, that worked. How am I getting the secondary power? Yeah, I got it 5 wide. Nice. Okay, so now I have haste. And I need you to kindly fuck off, Mr. Creeper. I'm gonna put... Okay, let's just put all this in here. I don't need right now. I'll take out what I do need. Which is this, 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 and I don't think I need that. And I'm gonna take the fish just 'cause. Give me that XP. Okay, I've never actually really. Okay, it does refill. Nice. Can I get like a haste too? Secondary is 4+ layers. How do I get haste 2? Do I have to use like an emerald to get haste 2? Because I know there was like emerald, diamond, gold, and iron. Do I need to use like an emerald to get that? Okay, I don't really want these to intertwine. So I'm gonna try and plan this out. This one's gonna be the biggest one, so let's just make a pretty long hallway. Alright, I think that's good enough. That'll work. And I don't know. Trixie, how big of a maze do you think this should be? I'm gonna wait till you respond before I answer, because I haven't thought about how I want the maze to be, or how big I want the maze to be. Also, just to prove that I'm not lagging, you can see my FPS in the top left. I don't know why the stream is just lagging. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking about doing like a 3x3 piston door. That's what I was thinking to do. I don't really know how big of a maze I should make this. 20 by 10? Okay. I already kind of have an idea of what I want it to be like. I want it to be the top layer is glass, so they can kind of like look down at it, and it's not going to be like too difficult for them. But then whenever they're actually like in the maze, it's whenever it's going to be a little harder. So yeah, let's just start from here. Okay, let me just count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, starting from here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hmm. Maybe I should do like an even 20 by 20. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do 20 by 20 just so it's a little bigger because I do want it to be. I don't want it to be really hard for them, but I don't want it to be really easy for them either. So yeah, I'm gonna go 20 by 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Oh, hello, cave. I lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay. Slight. Oh, geez. Just light this up a bit. Oh, geez. This is a big one. Okay, thank God this doesn't really lead anywhere. I'm gonna come back and get this iron and stuff later. I'm just preoccupied at the moment. 400 blocks? What's 400 blocks? Like how big this is gonna be now? It's 400 blocks. Okay. Well, oh well. So this needs to go forward by 19 more. Shit. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. This needs to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay. Now time to do the... I realize I don't have haste anymore. Oh well. Time to do the fun part of clearing all this out. Also, yeah. Also, Trixie, if you can't tell, I've never really streamed before, so I'm not gonna be too good at this. So hopefully you just bear with me. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go back up this way and put these blocks in the chest because I do want to keep most of these. Since I'm not building the maze yet, I'm just gonna go ahead and dump everything in here. The thing I don't need. I'm gonna keep the food on me though. You can just use the X if you're on your keyboard. So I don't know why the stream is laggy. You know, like I feel like if it was gonna lag, it should lag on my computer too, but it's not. Well, thank you, because my confidence levels are 100% in the fucking ground. Okay, I need to like fill this cave up or something. I don't know what though. And by you don't know where the X key is, do you mean like you lost it? Like the keycap came off or what? A little bit of server lag there. I can hear a skeleton creeping around. Hmm. Ah, nice. That'd be fun. I mean, it's not nice that you fractured your fucking leg, but or your foot, but you know, it's nice that you're gonna sit here and watch me be boring and attempt to be good at something for a while. I'm glad I grabbed your attention. I don't, I don't really know how, but ah, you're on your iPad. Hello, Scream It. How you doing, my guy or girl? I don't know which one you are. You don't have to tell me. It's cool. Oh, jeez, I've really like fucking underestimated how long it's gonna take for me to mine all this out. Guess it's good that I'm streaming it though, not recording it, because that would suck. It would take forever. Also, Trixie, you seem like a pretty intellectual person. Do you have any idea, any r reasoning as to why the stream is lagging but not my game? Because I'm looking in OBS and it doesn't seem like it's. Hold up, what did I say? Something just popped up and said encoding overloaded. I don't know, let's check the stream health. Stream health says it is excellent for me, which is the weird thing. That's the thing that's weird. Oh shit, it says I got 3 viewers. Oh my god, that's like a record for me having 0. Yeah, I don't really know why the game or the stream is lagging whenever the game is not. Let me check Let me just check my settings again. Audio output, streaming, encoder. It shouldn't be. I wouldn't think that it would be like internet connection that would be causing it, because I don't know if you mean your internet connection or mine, but mine should be pretty solid. And I don't know. I don't know. Because I streamed a Layers of Fear gameplay before and it didn't seem too laggy. Also, I don't know how deep I want to take this. I want to have them get like a pretty good overlook of it before they actually attempt it. Ooh, Lexi. Or not Lexi, Trixie. I was thinking of my dog. Trixie, I just thought of something devious, and I want your opinion on it, if I should do it or not. So the maze, um, it's like 7 a.m. for me right now. So the maze, have it black hardened concrete. So like it'll be pitch black for them to see. So it kind of makes it to where they have to look above to be able to see where they're going, or like to get in like an idea in their head of where they need to go, or nether brick, either one. I think I'd like to do the black concrete though. Like I said, I want to do some traps inside of it. So you can help me out with trap ideas. I already thought of one, like they step on a pressure plate. Pressure plate activates pistons that make the floor fall out from underneath of them while they're walking. Like pressure plate here, pistons here that pull this floor out, and they walk and they fall into it and they die. Hyperclock attached to piston door so they can look for certain time and closes, then drops down into maze. Yeah, I was thinking have redstone torches inside of it. Okay, so I'm gonna. Okay, pretend this is closed. Pretend this is closed. This area here. This is not here. This is the entire floor of the maze, but it's dropped down by a good couple of levels. And I was thinking just like a simple, they go down a ladder, like a ladder right here that leads them down. And then within the maze, there are traps that um, they can activate or they can not activate. But I'm gonna need a way to get them back to this central location without them having to walk through the maze again. That's something that I just thought about. And I'm gonna have to do that for each and every. Oh, yeah, that'd probably be better. Not just kill them, but make them have to restart. That'd be a little better. Yeah, be a little more passive and evil. Okay, don't need to bring anything in here. No, I don't think so. Not yet. I can decorate the way the maze looks later. I'll just keep that down there. Okay. If I'm gonna do the hardened clay, I'm gonna get all this gravel. Oh, hello. Okay, let's just light this up a bit. Yep, that's good. Hello, pickle box. What are you up to? You bitch, you blew up my gravel. Okay. Get all this. Give me all your gravel. Okay, that's a good amount of gravel. Okay, so this is the end of the maze, right? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Hang on, am I dumb? Was it to here? I'm dumb. Hold up. I forgot that this was actually part of the maze that I needed to keep in. I am doing the big dumb. Okay. So, never mind. Disregard everything that I said. This from here to all the way up to here is the entirety of the maze. So I need to fill this in. Does this lead anywhere? Like anywhere I don't want them to go into? Can I just like not give a flying fuck? Let's see. See if I can just find some random lucky diamonds down here. Probably not though. I really need to get me a shield. Can you come here? Okay. This doesn't really lead anywhere, so I don't really have a problem blocking it off. You guys can't find a way up here, right? Okay, thank you. That's very cool. Very nice of you guys. Ooh, I do want to get more of this gravel though. Oh, there's fake gravel. Okay, nice. Now I got plenty of gravel. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and start breaking all this out. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start breaking all of this. Go down by 2 each. It's good, pickle box. You just chilling? Maybe a randomizer with players have to pay a diamond into a chest or shulker box and runs the game. The randomizer extends to push the player off. 50-50 chance at the end they get a key to play too. Play to get a prize box. It could be a box of dirt or a box of diamonds. Then you get a profit. Shit, you're right. I haven't really decided what I wanted to do for a prize yet. Like for completing the labyrinth. I'm not 100% sure. Do want to do something though. Each time they get pushed off, they need to go back to the start and pay again. Maybe. Yeah. Could use some kind of tokens. Like use golden nuggets as tokens. Also, I'm gonna ask your opinion. Or like I'm gonna ask for help for ideas for like the labyrinth rooms. So I had already planned for a maze and like a puzzle room. but I don't know about the other two. I can't think of what I could do for the other two. I could do a parkour one, maybe, but I'm not sure. Like the maze was the first thing that came to my mind. Like the maze with traps in it was the first thing. But yeah, I don't know what else I want to do. I'm gonna go ahead and go back to clearing this out though. In the meantime. Hmm. That's kind of what I was wanting to do for the puzzle room. Make it kind of like an escape room. Like they have to do a bunch of other like menial tasks to be able to get out of the room, and then they go through a tunnel that leads them back to the beginning where they choose another room to go into. I don't know, that's kind of what I was thinking. Oh, yeah, I can. Yeah, I need to break this too, don't I? Actually, let me just make sure that I'm not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yes, okay. I don't know whether I should do like hmm, see how much gravel do I have? One, 2.5, or 2 and almost 3 stacks. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and decimate a mountain, or decimate a lot of sand. I'm gonna go ahead and bulk make some. Let's just do this mountain over here. This mountain looks evil. This mountain looks like it deserves it. Enderman, I need you mad at me. Can you come up here? Okay, yep, he's mad. Alright, how many pearls do you give me, big guy? 2? That'll work. I'm fine with 2. Oh, is that another Enderman? Hello, I'm looking at... Hello, I'm looking at you. Get mad. Are you too far away to get mad at me? Alright, it's okay, I'll just come to you. Excuse me, tall, dumb idiot. Oh, good. He also gave me... Dude, he gave me 4. Okay, I was about to say, is he really just not gonna give me any XP? A wandering trader, I see. You gonna give me some good trades, or your trade's still just gonna be crap? Slime ball, that's actually not that bad. Bro, you're ruining my experience. Skeleton. Okay, I need to get some ink sacks from some squads. I just wanted to shoot him. Okay, maybe there's some squids just near me. Yeah, there's a couple. Excuse me, Mr. Squid. I need your sack of ink. 3, that's good. Yep, I need yours too. You're not exempt from the slaying party. Yes, I am getting eyes for the portal. Give me that black dye. We haven't went to the portal yet. I'm just getting them so we have them. Um, is it the gravel that goes like that, or is it the sand? Okay, apparently it's the gravel. Nice. Well, that used up all the ink sacks I just got. Let's see if we can get some more. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Hello, Mr. Squid. That was 2. Hello, big guy. I'm gonna need your... Are there any more around? Yes. Hey, can you guys shut up? Thanks. Can you, come here. Give me that. You guys just chill there. Oh, so many more squids. Yeah, I know how to make the ender eyes. The eyes of ender. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna lure you guys into the water. Come on. Nice job. Idiots. Yeah, I'm not too sure how to make the double piston extender concrete breaker. So, wait, give me that back. I need to do this, and then this, and then this, and then this. Ow! Douchebag. Can you, like, not impede on my... Oh, wow, you impede on my fun there, Mr. Phantom? Mr. Phantom guy? Okay, well, I'm gonna toss this up in here, and... Are you done? You done, mister? What about you? Okay, I think I'm gonna head back to the house for uno momento and sleep. So I'm not getting... Good job, you just shot the wrong person. By the time I get over there, it's gonna be daytime. Uno momento, por favor. Oh god. Haha, you suck. You still suck. You suck too. Ow, no it doesn't, never mind. .360 chicken shot? Nope. Almost fucked that sheep up though. Okay. Just need to take a trip to the house. Drop some stuff off. Ah, yeah, there's like a 4-second or 5-second delay on streams. Okay. Also, I'm trying to get gas tiers so we can fight the Ender Dragon more than once. How many Ender Pearls am I up to now? I'm up to 13, baby. Let's get it. Put that in there. This in there. That. Give me 1. And black dye, I'm trying to throw you in there because I don't really have a use for you right now. And in the meantime, I'm gonna do the boring act, which is this. Yep. This is automation right here. Just hold down left click and right click. Johnny has an automatic concrete thing at his house, but it doesn't really work too great. Like the concrete gets stuck in the back, which is kind of annoying. But it's pretty neat, I guess. It's neat, but I would much rather just do this. So I'm gonna try to get as close as I can, so it's easier. I'm not losing them, they're just flying out, and I have to pick them up. Which I don't really mind doing. Yeah, they're not getting lost, they're just kind of automatic James installation. I don't know what that means. Ah, automatic jamming. It's that iPad autocorrect. It got you. Alright. So this, except for this piece over here. So all of those. Also, Trixie, something I'm going to show you that I want to put into the server right here. Is a little like secret door. Nope, not that. It's this. Alright, so this is kind of the same layout. And the stream is really far behind. But basically what happens is you pull this lever, fall down, secret base underneath here that has my enchanting, has my, I don't know, has my brewing, has like an armory and everything. It looks really cool. And come back over here, press this, shoots you back up, flick the lever again, and then it's hidden. And you can break the lever, it's all hidden again, and replace that with, you know, stone brick. Yeah, this is something I want to put in that little smeltery place. Oh, fuck. Did it earlier. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of what I want to do. Whee! Yep, I just haven't done it yet. Also, this is just wall templates that I was trying to work with. Anyway, back to the actual main purpose of streaming. Let's see. I have enough, or I probably don't have enough black concrete, but that's okay. Because I don't need to have a whole lot at the moment. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, like an auto armor equiper. Also, that's a house up there that I built. That was my first house on the server. I just kept it up there because it's nostalgic. And then I made this down here. I guess I can go ahead and kind of show you more of the server. And by more of the what? Okay, what is the sound of that makes it so loud? Is it ambient environment? Because I have no idea. Okay, it says it's not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. But why though? Okay. Oh, it's master volume that makes the nether portal so loud. Turn that shit down to like 30. Loud as hell. Um, and yeah, they come on every now and then. Johnny gets on the most out of everybody though. But I'll show you everybody's houses. Johnny's house has already kind of been shown. I guess I'll show you next, Hingles. You see what his house looks like? Also, that's our wither skeleton farm down there. Oh god. Does he have an automatic farm going right now? Oh geez. Okay, that could be causing a lot of the lag on the server. Let's see what he's got in here. Any mending that I could buy off of him? Frostwalker, that's nice. No, no mending. How does he even get to up there? Like, does he not have a maintenance entrance? Alright, this is Hingle's house. Me and uh my friend Weiss, he also played on the server, pranked him by covering his entire house, like the entirety of it in dirt, like just a huge dirt block. It's pretty fun. But he took it down, obviously. Yeah, this is his house. This trash can. Also made. Do you know how much diamonds you can make in a shopping district? Also, if you need EGC lanterns, you don't need to go get it by hand. You can buy it. What do you mean I can buy it? Like, does the traveling merchant sell sea lanterns every now and then? Or is there a villager that I can get that sells them? Because I don't actually know. I'm supposed to be in charge of making the Guardian farm, but I'm lazy, and I haven't done that yet. Hey, what's up, buddy? Oh, never mind. I was about to jump off and slay you. Can you fly back over here, please? I really want your guest here. Oh, hello. Secondary guest. Oh, you're right above that. You're right above it, too. Okay, I don't know if either of them dropped a guest here, but I'm about to go check it to see. Hello? I don't see one. Which makes me kind of sad. Because that means I took all this fall damage for nothing. Just a waste of my time. How shameful. You can maybe build a farm, then they build a kind of shop that if you need what they have buy with diamonds. Yeah, I mean I have a good amount of diamonds. I don't have a crap ton. I have like 60 or like 58. I think we have like a total of, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people that mainly play on the server. And it's mainly just 3 of us that really play on it. Okay. Also, we have a problem for some reason. These guys, pigmen, spawn a lot. Does it still say it's poor? Yeah, it does. Yeah, I want to get some shops built. Feel like it'd be nice. Oh, let me show you Tanner's house. Yeah, yeah, I get what you mean. This is Tanner's humble abode. He doesn't get on a whole lot. He's in the good old. Why can I not ever open this chest? I can open up his other shit, but I cannot ever open up the chest. That's pretty annoying. Because cat, can you get down? Kitty, you wanna get down? Look, I have fish. No? Okay. Yeah, I don't know what time it is for you, but for me it is coming up on 8 o'clock a.m. Oh shoot, I forgot I was gonna read. Hey, can you not? Can you? Thanks. Huh, I can make the cat stand if I kill it. Just kidding, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna kill his cat. There's a stray nearby. I think that's what they're called. Oh, there's also an Enderman over here that I want to get his attention. Hello, Mr. Enderman. One pearl. Are you gonna run at me all of a sudden? Yep. I had a feeling I was lagging. I'm not gonna kill the cat. You know, I got really upset. I pranked Tanner one day by completely filling his little like tent hut cabin thing with chickens. And I specifically told him not to get on because I wanted to record his reaction. I told him I'd done something, but I didn't tell him what. So I told him not to get on unless I got on because I wanted to record his reaction. And then what did this dude do? He got on, killed all the chickens, removed the sign that I placed, and then whenever I told him or I asked him about it, he was like, "What?" He's like, "I didn't know that was you. I just thought, you know, these chickens just like appeared in my house." I'm like, "Uh-huh." So I was pretty upset about that. Go ahead, tag me. I don't want the rotten flesh. Get it out of my inventory. Okay, this chest is completely filled. Bruh. Hey, excuse me. Wow, my bow is a one shot. I did not know that. Well, it better be. It's power 5. Okay. Where's my... Oh, it's upstairs. It's up top. Never mind. I was about to freak out for a second. I didn't know where my crafting table was. Shooting range. Like, in the labyrinth? Or like have people pay to use a shooting range? Oh, jeez. Lightning scary. I don't know what I could do for the shooting range though. Like if I made it into the labyrinth, I don't know what I would be able to do. Hey, Lexi. Dog just walked in here. What blowing noise? This? That is my vape. Yeah, that blowing noise was my vape. Oh, my pretty dog Lexi just walked in the room. What you doing? Huh? I'm streaming. You wanna say hi? Can you make a noise? Any noise? I know you don't really make many noises. Oh, she's so cute. Yeah, that was my vape. Oh, good job. She just fell off the bed. I don't know how many down I want to make this. I think I want to go down 2 more blocks. Jesus. Meow is not what dogs do. I mean, sometimes they make like a weird noise that I guess could sound like a meow. lightning, scary. Lexi is a husky pit bull mix. Ain't that right, Lexi? Yeah, you're a husky pit bull mix, ain't you? Yeah, you got pretty blue eyes, you got solid like ice white fur. Always so cute. Oh, lightning is scary. Hey, what you doing? She's on my arm. And she leaves as quick as she came. Yep, she's got solid like ice white fur, and she's got like ice blue eyes. She's really pretty. I have another dog that is a lab pit bull mix. Her name is Daisy. She's just as adorable. She's just very hyper. Level am I even on? 30, 45? Alright, well there's one more extra layer done. I'm just gonna get this iron, because I might as well. There's no reason to not. I've seen some more over there. I'm going to take this down another 2 levels anyway. The sun is starting to shine in through the window, so it's going to be hard for me to see my screen. Sadly. Okay. Alright, time to take this down 2 more blocks. And then I think that's going to be it. And then I'm going to start the actual maze. Actually, I want to decorate like the walls and stuff before I actually start the maze. to fill that in. But oh well. But yeah, Trixie, I have no idea how long I'm planning to stream, honestly. Probably not for a whole lot longer because I need to go pick up my paycheck. Um, if you want to, you don't gotta, but it'd be really cash money if you did, go check out the other videos I have on my channel because those are a lot more eventful and exciting than I'm sure this stream is. I'm sure this stream is like an ASMR stream. Put it on, lay down, go to sleep, and never bother with it again. I don't even know how long have I been streaming right now? 2 hours, about 2 hours. It's not too long. I can't see a damn thing. It's dark. Okay. I used to work at a factory, and I've got one more paycheck that I gotta go pick up today. So I gotta go get that at some point. God, so the light from the window is definitely gonna make it a little bit hard to see my screen, but the light usually only stays for like an hour maybe, and then it passes. But yeah, Trixie, I promise and assure you that my actual like videos that I've edited are a lot more entertaining and flashy than this is. How often do I stream? Well, this is the first time I've ever actually streamed and like stuck with it. I've done like test streams before, but this is like the most that I've actually stuck with one singular stream. So not that often. If I if I could stream more often, I would. Like if I was getting like paid for it and everything, it'd be pretty cool. But I'm not, and I gotta try to work an actual job because I don't consider this as my job. It's mainly just something I do for fun whenever I have time. Yeah, I would most definitely like to stream more than what I do, or like upload videos more than what I do. I just don't ever really have the time. How often would I stream? Well, if I could stream all the time, I would. Like, that'd be pretty amazing. Just to be able to sit at my computer and stream all day. Be pretty fun. I would thoroughly enjoy being able to do that. But sadly, I am not. I'm not able to do that. Also, I'm sick, so I may cough every now and then. Also, Trixie, if you were enjoying this, and anybody else that's watching, uh, be greatly appreciated for a sub and telling other people to watch me, even though it's probably not that interesting. Really have better things to do with your lives than watch somebody break blocks for 2 hours. No, I'm not in. I'm not in school anymore. I've graduated. Oh, we did it. Oh, thank the Lord. Okay, well now I gotta go smell all of this and getting it filled in. Yep, I need to fill in all these holes, and I need to get it to where it's all stone brick like. That means a good bit of me just not doing anything, and I can just talk. Heard something. What was that? Oh, hello. Oh, damn. I got right to the leads as soon as they despawned. That's so sad. I cry every time. Can I get uh, 6 likes for how sad that was? Okay, I'll just take what I've got on me. I'm also going to take this, and I'll put this up in here for the moment. And all that stuff down there shouldn't despawn until I get back over here. Yeah, it's bothering me. I don't know why the stream is lagging so much. Maybe if I just walk. Maybe if I don't like sprint and do any like fast movements, maybe it'll be more smooth. Maybe that's the case. I'm actually 19, but I probably don't sound it because I'm sick as hell right now. That's why I cough every now and then. How old do I sound? Damn, I need one more stack. Well, I mean, I've had a YouTube channel since like 2012 or something. It was just kind of like a little thing I would do every now and then. And here recently, I've gotten into editing videos more. So I've been kind of having a little bit more, I'd say a little bit more fun with it and like wanting to do it a lot more because I felt like the quality of my videos has gone up by quite a bit just from like the little editing that I do. I feel like it's gone up quite a bit and it's made me have a lot more fun doing it and made me want to do it more. So then I kind of want to stream now. And I've got my own apartment right now with a friend and my sister. So, but I will be right back. I'm gonna go use the bathroom real quick. Okay, I returned. Uh, yeah, I've only got 50 subs. I never really looked at YouTube as being a consistent thing that I would do. I just kind of looked at it as a little side thing that I would do every now and then. Yeah, I do want to find the end portal, but I kind of want to wait for the other guys to be ready to go look for it and stuff. Okay, just waiting on these to smelt up enough. But yeah, like I said, I never really I never really looked at YouTube as being a consistent thing that I wanted to do. It was just kind of a thing that I do for fun every now and then. Upload some videos. I don't know. I kind of would like for it to. I would like for it to be kind of a consistent thing now. Yeah, I want to do something. I've been digging in the depths of the cave for I don't know how long. For a good 2 hours. I like to do something fun. Maybe some redstone or a good, well done prank would be nice. Yeah. I think we should do a prank. Kind of prank do you have in mind, or do you have anything in mind? Were you just asking me, and you just threw me on the spot like that, and I wasn't ready? Yeah, that would work. Do that. I'd have to get somebody who's on pretty frequently. Oh, I just hit my mic. Sorry, just blew your eardrums out. The only person that's on pretty consistently though is Johnny. So I do want to smelt all of this into smooth stone though. So let's just wait, that's the wrong chest. Put that up into there. 8, 16, 8, 16, 22? No, no, 24. I'm done. Let's hit the fuel chest. Got it. Creeper in roof held by trap door. Please don't tease me for this. Ah, you're gonna come in here and promote. I see. What just happened? I don't know, Fizzy. Perhaps. Ooh, I don't know. Let's go check out your channel while this is while that's smelting. Let's just go go out on a little trip, Trixie. Why don't we? Let's see. Search Fizzy. See, there's Fizzy Toy Show. Just uh, Uh, Bro, you say I don't want to take your subs like I have a whole lot. Fizzy, and then you have. Fizzy, how many subs do you have? Because I found a Fizzy that has 113. Filter, channel. Fizzy, I'm trying to find your channel. How, Trixie, how on earth did you? Yep, I'm clicking on your icon and not a damn thing is happening. Oh, okay. Let's do it for my phone. Well, Fizzy, since you're already here, you want to check out my channel? I just looked at yours. You said you deleted all your videos, which you did. You only got 2 on there. Alright, what's the angry lectern prank, Trixie? I'll go out on a limb and say it's got something to do with a lectern. So did my villager go into the nether again? Bruh, go home, my guy. Alright, Trixie, you explain to me what the angry lectern prank is. I will do it. Damn it. I don't want to pick this shit up. While you're typing that up, I'm gonna go ahead and go back to the desert and throw all these blocks into the chest there. Stone line to... Mhm. Yeah. Only thing is, how would I do it? Oh man, I know how I'd do it. I just can't blow up somebody's house. That's the thing. Yep. Alright, I want to do it. Let's do it. I need to get enough sand to be able to make the TNT. Uh, okay, so I mean, I'm down with the TNT with the angry lectern thing. It's just I can't blow up somebody's house. So what I was thinking is going outside of one of their houses, putting the lectern and having a sign that says you've been visited by the angry lectern. Uh, Read its pages to hear its story or something like that. We're gonna do angry lectern. Are you serious? He dropped a tear. I really want that tear. Oh my god, I cannot see. The sun glaring is really killing me. Okay, hold up. I need to. First, I want to go get this tear. But I can't see a damn thing, done. I really can't. Holy crap. Well, the only person that is on the server enough for the prank to be good to do on is going to be Johnny. I really want to get that gas tier. So, just go try and dig my way to this. Oh, yes, there's a gas tier. Oh my gosh, I'm struggling right now to see. Okay, here's my hole. Okay, I made it. Okay, take this back to my house. Okay, I'll try to hurry. I'm running. God, I don't want those. Okay, let's get this, this, and I'm gonna use some of this stone, and I'm gonna use regular cobble. Okay. Yeah, I'll just use one repeater. So we'll do that. This. Fuck. How do you make a lectern? I can't remember. I had a lot of wood. Where'd it go? I think it's like this, that, and then shit. Is it a book? Fuck. Is it a book? Wait, I have plenty of books. What the hell am I doing? Just back up in here. See this. Fuck. Okay, hang on. Lectern. It's a bookshelf. I'm dumb. At that. Lectern. Got it. This back in here. This. Get. I need you. Okay, have a lectern, redstone. Just need the TNT. Okay. Um. Okay. TNT. Got it. Fuck it. I'm just gonna pick these up and I'm just gonna throw them away at Johnny's house because he is who we are doing. I need a book. Let's get this one. Or it's the same. Let's sleep before we go over there. Okay, nice. Okay. We're gonna do it. Ow, fuck. Let's do it out way way over here so it won't be so close to his house. We're gonna do it. We need to make it. Shoot. Okay, let's just do it over here. Screw it. Okay. Sorry about all your grass, Johnny, but this is worth it. Boop. Okay. Okay, let's just make the box. This is gonna look crappy, but this is gonna be the lectern house, where the lectern will be leading into. Okay, let's do this, and shoot. Okay, okay. Yeah, I'll get his reaction. Trying to think of how to do this. Shoot, does a repeater have to be going out of the lectern for it to give a signal? I don't know. Here, let's try it. Oh, wait. Give me that back. You have been visited by the great angry lectern. Whomever the great lectern. That's not how you spell lectern at all. Lectern has visited. Will be granted with a great undoing of lands. I'm trying to make like a crazy story. All nope. All will be well as long as these pages are not turned. Alright, that's the bait right there. That's the hook, line, and sinker. Don't go to the next page. No, really, stop right there. Here. If you keep going, it will end poorly for everyone involved. You really are one nosy son of a gun, aren't ye? I guess if you insist, then keep going. Lot of nothing on these pages, huh? Maybe you should stop before you regret it. I'm telling you it will be bad. Like creeper level bad. I need to... Okay, hold up. I need to see. So the first page... Hang on. So does it have to be a repeater? What? What just... What just happened to my... Oh. So does it have to be... Is it a comparator? Do I need a comparator? Shoot, I think I do need a comparator. Damn, okay. Hold up. Pretty sure I have one. Okay, I think I need a comparator for it to actually work. So I'm gonna run back, grab my comparator, because I know I have one. Okay, I didn't know that guy was there. Redstone, comparator, give me you. Yeah, it is a comparator. Okay, so then this one won't be activated. Now will. Okay, I'm gonna have to make this spiral. Shoot. I have to make it spiral down a bit and hope that he doesn't look. Ah, shoot. No, I don't really care about that typo. Okay, so now that's a 12. I gotta drag this out 12, right? So does that count? No, this counts as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I need more redstone. I'm just gonna steal some of Johnny's. It's okay. He won't mind. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I know. I had a typo. I don't really care about it that much. La-da-dee, la-da-dee, la-da-da. I can't see. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, let me turn this all the way down to 1. Alright, so there's that one. That one. Wait, is that? Okay, no, it's just doing that one. Okay. So 3 should light up that one. 4 should light up this one. 5 should light up. Oh, wait, does that light up both of them? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh snap, yeah, it does light up both. Okay, so that means 6 is gonna light up those two then? No, 6 just lights up that one. 7 should light that one. 7, 8, 9. 9 lights up both of those. 10. Okay, hold up. 10, 10. 9 lights up those two. 10, 11. No, wait, I want that. Place, place. Okay. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then 11 lights up that one. And then 12 lights up that one. Okay. 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 Also got a plan. Think you're gonna like this. Let me eat. No? Okay. Oh, didn't even. Okay. Plan is to have this here, right? And also, pretty sure that's the right block. Yep. Yep, it is. Yeah, I'm gonna have a sign. But I'm also gonna have a. I'm gonna steal another one of Johnny's pistons. Sure, he won't care missing one piston. Hold up. Let's see, let's break this just in case. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have this piston push up the dirt block so it blocks him in. Right? Like that's my plan. I mean, an iron door would work just as fine, but I don't even know. Will that trigger? Let's see. No, no, it did not. Hmm. Nah, I can't use a repeater because then it'll trigger that. I could have this happen. It's a little extra work, but if I get this to work, it'd be 100% worth it. Okay, so this is my plan. Redstone leading like this. TNT right here. That should trigger from that. My plan is to have a redstone repeater. Eh, wait, no, hang on. Shoot, hang on. My plan just went right into the drain. Hmm. Okay, I want the TNT to be like right there. That's like where I want the TNT to be. This is 11, isn't it? Let me see. Pretty sure that's 11. Yeah, that's 11. So then 12, as soon as he puts it onto here, it will activate the TNT. Also have a repeater feeding into block the redstone. Now, as a test, let's flip this one page. Okay, yeah, it does work. Nice. Okay, well, this is it. It's basically finished. Hopefully I can get Johnny's reaction to it. If I can, that'd be pretty wondrous. No, it will. I know it will. No, as long as it's like next to it and it gets powered, it'll work. Also, I'm gonna do this. Maybe. You have been visited by the angry lectern. Heed his word. I think that's how you spell that. Fuck, I don't know. Boop. Okay. But yeah, the TNT works differently than the pistons. I think as long as the redstone here is it, you know what? Let's actually just let's just go test this. Let's just go test it. Okay, TNT. Um, redstone and repeater. Repeater. Redstone. 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 TNT. Button. Also going to get a bucket of water. Oh. Well, shit. Hmm. I was wrong. You were right. Wait a minute, hang on. I got an idea. No, let's not put the TNT down yet. Put the TNT. Nope, wrong. Nope, wrong again. TNT here. Let's put a redstone torch to power this. Block here. Redstone here to power the piston. That, turn that. Bop. But wait. Wait, no. Oh. Okay. Let's try this again. Okay. We have redstone repeater. We have redstone torch. We have piston. Nope. We have piston here that needs to be charged. We have block here with redstone here. Then we can have torch here with Peter. Leads into block. Leads into this. So then let's change this to a lever. It's off. Redstone signal leading to T. Alright, I think I've got a little makeshift contraption here that'll work, I believe. Okay, yes, that does work. Okay, now I just gotta rebuild it. Because I'm dumb. There, bop, 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 bop. Here's the power. And then we have bop. We have bop with bop. Click. Bop. Or bop, 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 bop. I think that's what I had. Wait a minute. Pretty sure repeat. Yeah, I have no reason for that. Yeah, okay. This works. Alright, what do you think? What do you think, Trixie? I think this is a very complicated way of making this work, but alright, well, it was good having you. Yeah, maybe. Oh, wait, hold up. in your car. Alright, well, that's probably gonna be it. And I'll probably stream again tomorrow. Not sure. Probably will though. So yeah.